Oh.
Ooh. Got it. More. Here's one here.
Oh yeah.
That was a good one. Got it.
Nice.
Oh.
Oh my god.
So we're here with Eric today. Eric has been a patient of mine off and on for a couple of years now, but we've never done a YouTube video, right? Okay, so what do you want to work on today?
I mean, everything would be great, but my left hip is the thing that's bothering me the most.
Okay.
Yeah.
When do you notice it? Do you notice it exercising or sleeping?
Exercising or even like getting out of bed, like sometimes in the mornings. Balancing on one foot can sometimes, or like bending over.
Okay.
Yeah, just like a
Now,
kind of a tightness there.
what's a motion that hurts? Like swing the leg back, swing it up and forward?
I feel it
Lateral.
Yeah. Like this
Right.
kind of leaning forward and laterally can feel a little bit painful in the back.
And so turn this way and point to it one more time. So it's on the side there. Okay. All right, so that's definitely where we're going to start today. So I'm going to have you start face down, but we're going to give you full body adjustment today.
Great.
We're going to do everything. Everything we can think of. And definitely work out that left hip, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. One of the things I want to do is do some traction on you. So you're holding onto that, which is perfect. So you see those handrails with the camera? And then I'm going to also, so I'm going to kind of pull them apart like a medieval rack and stretch that. And then the table's going to start moving. And you've done this before, so you know. But basically for people watching, it's going to stretch in here. And I can add to the stretch by squishing his body down. And you can feel some of the tugging of the muscles, right?
Mm-hmm.
So let me see if I can find the bad spot, okay? It's kind of in here, isn't it?
Yep.
And you can come around and do a close-up on this. So here's the top of his pelvic, top of the ilium is aligned with L4. There's 5 lumbars. So that's L4. We drop down 1, that's L5. Here's the sacrum next, and we come out, and this is really off the sacrum, but he's getting a spasm here that I think's been locking. The spasm's been causing a restriction of motion, but that's it, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Or am I not quite on it
I
yet?
feel it. Yep.
And so to me, it feels like a golf ball of tight muscle in there.
Oh yeah.
And right in there.
Oh yeah.
So I'm pushing pretty strong.
Yeah, I feel that.
And if you look at my legs, my legs are bent. I'm putting a lot of weight into my elbow. But, you know, typically these don't go away if you just touch them lightly, so you have to really dig them out. And that's what I like to do. And it kills though, right?
Oh yeah.
And here's another part. So I'm now rolling up on the ridge of the ilium. So I'm on his left ilium, and it kind of ridges up a little bit. And that's where I'm just below that, just inferior of the ridge, digging into a crazy trigger point. Now I'm going to move closer to the SI joint. So I'm moving medially or left to right. And do you feel this spot too? This should be painful.
Yep, it's painful.
So turn your face to the left for a second, just so we can see you. You love this?
Mm-hmm.
Not really.
I mean, it hurts.
You notice it.
Yeah, that hurts so good.
I mean, one thing, you know, and I get worked on too, so it's not just me working on people as a sadist, which I guess I am a little bit. You know, I like digging in and not for the try to torture someone, but I really like working strong. That's my style. But when I get worked on, I want strong work. I want people to dig out the muscle. I don't want just like little things like this going, oh, does that help your shoulder? For me, it doesn't. I need someone to dig in and get it.
Yep.
And so I have expressions like hurts good. Like it hurts, but I feel like there's therapeutic value. And it's not for everybody. I practice in the same office with a really good chiropractor. I'm going to keep her name anonymous because she didn't give me permission to use her name. But she's a very light touch chiropractor and she gets great results. So there's many different styles. It's just my style happens to be very heavy. And there's styles that are super light. And she has great patients. They love her. She does fantastic work. And she works on me sometimes and she gets results doing light stuff. So again, I like both, but my personal love is strong, strong, strong. And there it is again. Do you feel it? Mm-hmm. Okay. So I'm going to let that go for a second. And I'm going to open this up. And now I'm going to fan your leg out so I can get another angle on the same thing. And I can even loop your leg in here a little bit so it doesn't fall off the table. And I'm going to go back in one more time. But now that his leg is flared out, I can get a really good angle for my elbow to fit in there. And it's here again, right?
Yep. Oh, yeah.
Ooh. And we're just going to hold this right here. Right in there. Oh my God. So that should be horrible. So now I'm going to grab the table like this for leverage and really lay it in there. And you can tap out if you want.
Oh, I might need a second.
All right, so there we go. That part's done. All right.
Ooh.
So now I'm going to turn off the machine, but you at least you know I worked it.
Yeah.
So now I'm going to turn out his leg a little bit. So I'm externally rotating, and I pull the whole thing.
Yeah.
And you felt the whole socket pull, right?
Uh-huh.
So what I did here, look at me, is the femoral head, the top of the thigh bone, has a ball on it, and it goes into your pelvis. And I went like this. But I just did it once. But you felt the whole thing pull out and go back in again.
Definitely.
It's almost like a little, I don't want to say it because it's bad mojo, but it's like almost like a little dislocation and a reset. It almost feels that way, right?
Yeah.
It comes out and pops back in again. Good. So the next thing we're going to do is have you, I'm going to continue in this section, so I'm going to have you lie on your side facing me.
Okay. On this side?
Yeah. Perfect. And I'm going to pull your shoulder through and put your head here like this. And I'm going to adjust this really deep if I can. Got it.
Yeah. That felt good.
Now, before we do anything else, I'm going to have you stand back over there and do your side bend where you were in the beginning.
Okay.
So, and you're going to stand right over here and do your side bend and see if you feel it as much.
It feels good. It's kind of a forward tilt. Yeah.
Okay.
A lot better. Wow. That's
So one of the things you could do at home is either a lacrosse ball or an oversized ball, and try to get on that every day for a few days and see if you can continue what I was doing with my elbow.
Loosening up that spot.
Yeah, and I know you've done a lot of this type of stuff. Like I said before, we've worked together, but just get in there and mush it, you know.
It's a hard spot to stretch without like...
It's very hard. I find the QLs, which that's not the QL, and all these side pieces of the glutes, these side hip stuff are really hard to find a stretch that gets there.
Right.
But that's why sometimes the best thing to do, since it's hard to stretch, is you get on one of these mobility balls, and basically you're going to be on the floor, and it's digging. Can you guys see this?
Right.
And you bend your leg, and then you can fan it. My keys are in the way. So this would be on the floor, right? You're lying on your side. And once it's there, you don't have to roll it like a foam roller, but you're kind of flossing it. So you hold the spot really deep, and then you move your leg around it. And it would look like this if you're... I'll do it on my left hip. It is your left hip. So, so you're going to, again, be on the floor. You're going to have your feet like a frog.
Right.
Okay, not like this. So it's going to be like a frog leg. You're going to be up on your forearm. The ball's on my nasty spot on my hip. And then you can do things like this. You can lift your knee and put it down. And I'm telling you, this kills if you're on the horrible spot.
Right.
You can also bring your knee up and bring it down. Little motions. You can go straight and bring it through. So come this way and shoot back at my leg again. And then so you can do it, flare it up and down. That's kind of like windshield wipers. You can bring the knee up. You can bring it long. You can roll into it and roll away from it, and then adjust the spot, move it a centimeter and try again. So you try it for a second, okay? But let's put that board down, because that's stronger and you won't sink so much. So, find it. You're gonna find your nasty spot. And he's on the forearm.
Oh yeah.
He's in a good modified frog leg. Try to find the nasty spot, and once you're there, you can flutter the leg a little. We call this windshield wipers because it's like windshield wipers on a car.
Oh yeah, that's the spot.
And then you can drag your knee up. You can point your leg out towards me. Come this way now. And you don't have to do all those motions. He'll pick the ones he likes. So
And when I find it, like sometimes just letting it sink.
yeah,
in.
so we call this sustained pressure. Different from a foam roller. I love foam rollers, and foam rollers we roll. We want to roll. And on this, we want to just hold it. And the other thing that it's doing clinically, it's called ischemic compression. And ischemia means that we started from blood and oxygen. So if you have ischemia in the heart, that's a heart attack, right? You're cutting off, like if there's a blockage artery in the heart, then that part of the heart muscle doesn't get blood and oxygen and it can die.
Right.
And so ischemia is like the step of necrosis or part of tissue death. It sounds horrible, but in therapy it's effective because what we first do is, here, watch my hand, okay? So I can make a fist, and if I occlude the two arteries coming up, my hand will be blanched white. Now watch me release the pinky side, and blood will come back and it'll turn pink. So that's a type of ischemia. So in here, we're compressing, but then when you release it, it floods.
Right.
It's because we're not going to do ischemia for 24 hours.
Right.
We're only going to do it for like 5 minutes. But then it'll get a rush of blood. And it also wakes it up neurologically or proprioceptively or mechanoreceptively, where our brain starts to tune in and goes, we need to work on that. And that's kind of good. We're setting up a feedback response of your brain to want to pay attention to this and move it off the ugly plateau that it's on and start to healing it again. But you see, you could do this at home now.
Oh yeah.
And I got it going because I pulled your hip out, put it back in. I did some deep pressure, but now you just need to keep it going, and 2 to 3 days, I think it'll be gone.
Unreal. That'd be
Okay.
amazing. Yeah.
And on the floor would be better, but we're just doing this for this.
For sure.
But actually, this is a pretty good surface.
Yeah, that works.
You know,
I mean.
and I switched to this because it's much harder, and here it would have sunk too deep.
Right.
So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to have you on your back, and we're going to do a Y strap just to open things up. But that's kind of cool, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And you already saw when you tested it, you're already starting to feel this change of it.
Mhm.
It's not going to be better today, but now we know how to fix it.
Right.
The cool thing is you didn't pull a muscle. It just seems like it got overworked because I know you train a lot and you train other people and you train and you're always like conditioning. You know, and it just probably just got jacked up.
Yeah.
Which I know that's not really a diagnosis, but it's not a
Very
muscle
tight,
pull.
Yeah. Right.
I think it's a little inflamed and it's irritated. And then it went into a spasm or a trigger point type spasm where now it's in a hypercontraction and it stubbornly won't let go. So we want it to go and relax. Now we're going to do, and you've done this before, but
Yeah.
not on YouTube.
Nope.
Actually, we did a few Instagram videos together,
Yeah.
remember? All right, drop your head. So first I'm going to get a little bit of the stretch out. Does that feel okay?
Oh yeah.
All right, so big breath in. We're going to do a real one now. And blow it out. Oh.
Oh yeah.
Where did you feel it?
Mostly my neck, but a little down the spine.
Good. Now I'm going to have you come sit up with your back to me and spin your legs that way. And then just sit on the table facing the wall. No, sit all the way up.
Oh.
Sit up on your butt and move forward. And actually put half your butt on this side, and that'll center you. And I'm going to do that one that you like where I lift the head. Because I still think you need this one up in here. So tilt your head like this and drop it. Good. Ooh, got it. That was loud.
Yeah. Felt good.
Lie on your back. Ooh.
Oh my god.
Good one, right?
That was great. That was wild.
I got the whole thing with that one.
Yep.
That's fine. I think that part's done. Now, scoot down towards me. I want to do a little bit into the shoulder blade next, okay? So your hand's going to be here. I'm going to reach into your armpit to trap your elbow. I'm going to come under here with my hand. You just got that little piece.
Yeah.
But it's good because that'll help your shoulder. Cool. Reaching under a little more. Here's one here. Oh yeah, that was a good one. So now we did this side of your hip. Let's do the other side. So you're going to turn this way. We never mirror imaged you to this side. We did the exact opposite one, but I want to open this side too, just to keep everything fresh. So let this roll towards me just a little bit. Got it.
Nice.
Nice. It is good. Let me just see if there's anything down on this end. I already pulled your leg out once on the left, but let's just see. That one's okay. Those are fine. So come stand over here.
I feel great. I feel
Move your arms, move your
very
shoulders.
perfectly cracked open and yeah. Feel great.
All right, good. And you know what to do at home, so you got a little homework.
Yeah.
to do.
Yeah.
Great. Thank you.
Crossball. That was awesome.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Appreciate it.
Got it. Ooh.